Hello, everyone, and welcome to Supply Chain Optimization via Matrix Costing. My name is Lily, and I'm a Senior Applied Services Consultant at aPriori. This session will consist of a 10 to 15-minute demonstration. Before we begin, a few housekeeping notes. If you have any questions after this demo, I'll be in a live meeting room from 2 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Feel free to join by clicking the Join Trade Show button in this virtual booth to connect and have any of your questions answered. If that time block, 2 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time, doesn't work for you or you prefer to meet one-on-one, you can also schedule time with me via our meeting scheduler. So on the event website, near the chat panel, choose People, select my name, Lily Thomas, and schedule a meeting with me. Alternatively, you can also use the Leave Your Card button on the virtual booth page to have someone reach out to you. And finally, we've loaded a PDF of today's presentation and any additional resources in the Files panel. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. I joined aPriori in March, and before that, I held positions in manufacturing and supply chain management for a division of GE, which was later bought by Baker Hughes. I spent most of my time there as a commodity manager. I was responsible for PCBAs, assemblies, plastic parts, and wire harnesses. Now at aPriori, I work with our customers to help them analyze their costed parts and identify parts most likely to yield savings and to prepare for supplier discussions. Okay, let's get into matrix costing and how it can help you make supply chain decisions. I think the most common phrase I've heard this year is supply chain disruption. We're hearing about backups of shipping containers at US ports and skyrocketing prices of air and ocean freight. Maybe your sourcing and supply chain organization is wondering, what parts could we get from regions that are easier to get parts in and out of without significantly impacting cost? And if you're a supplier with multiple manufacturing locations, you maybe need to know which of my factories will be easiest to get parts to the customer without a significant impact to cost. Now, aPriori has always been able to help with that decision by allowing you to cost parts at the same part in different regions and compare costs. But we've introduced matrix costing, which makes it much quicker to do that analysis. So I'm going to show you matrix costing in aPriori. So here is an example part. Let's say I currently purchase this part in China, but my factory that uses it is based in Canada. I want to know what would be the impact to cost of purchasing it in Canada, the US, or Mexico. So if I go to cost and matrix costing, I'm going to keep the annual volume that I'm currently purchasing it at, and I'm going to look at it in Canada, Mexico, and the US. So I've added all three regions, and I'm going to click OK. So you can see that it utilizes our existing bulk costing, and it fills in all of the information that I just put in the matrix costing window. So it's got that annual volume and the three digital factories. So now I just click cost. And one of the great things of costing parts this way is while this costs in the background, I can go in and still use aPriori and look up other parts. So I could, for example, pull up another part that I'm working on, and I could even cost this one in aPriori, change the volume, save a new scenario. I could cost a brand new part as well, because the matrix costing is going on totally in the background. And you can see the status as well, so you can kind of check how far along it is while it's going. And now it's giving me a pop-up that it's done. So when the matrix costing is done, it's not only going to save each part, but it's going to automatically save all of them in a roll-up, which makes it really easy to compare costs. So I'm going to go ahead and open the roll-up. So you can see it's saved an individual scenario for each one, and it's put them all in the roll-up. And I'm going to add my original scenario, which was costed in China. So now I can quickly see that I'm currently paying 47 cents, and I could actually get it cheaper in Mexico. And the reason for that is you can see that actually the labor rates in China are more expensive than the labor rates in Mexico. You could also go in and add logistics costs to each of these scenarios to make a final apples to apples comparison. And now maybe I've realized that I could potentially get the part a little bit cheaper in Mexico at the same quantity that I'm purchasing now. So maybe if I'm a savvy procurement professional, I'll realize that I could get potentially some inventory savings if I purchase less without going over the current price that I'm paying now. So I could keep the price as is, no inflation, but get some inventory savings. So I'm going to open up the Mexico scenario. So I am purchasing it in 83 batches of 83 per year. And now I'm going to try costing this in different volumes. So I'm going to keep my annual volume the same, but I'm going to try batches of 30, 50, and 70. I'm going to click cost. So you can see this time it's kept that digital factory of Mexico, and it's put in my different batch sizes that I entered. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and open that roll up. So you can see I have the original roll up that I saved, and then the one that I just did there time stamped. And I can also change the name if I wanted to. All right, so if you recall, when I started this exercise, I had a price of 47 cents for purchasing it in China. So it looks like I could actually purchase it for 50 cents, so about the same price, and reduce the quantity that I'm purchasing at a time from 83 was the batch size in China to just 50. So I could reduce the inventory that I'm holding and keep my price the same. Okay, thank you for watching this demonstration. If you have any questions at this time, please feel free to join the live meeting within this booth by clicking the Join Trade Show button in the virtual booth. You can also download additional resources on this topic in the virtual booth, schedule time with me one-on-one, and view other demonstrations on the main product demo page. Thank you and have a great day.